I was in my second year of studying business management at a highly respected college. I don't want to mention which school it was because, as I said, I'm a private person. Moving on, I was on a summer break, and like all introverted kids do, instead of going to parties and hanging out with friends, I decided that the mature thing to do was to get a job. My dad always said you have to work hard if you want to make it in this world. As I was walking past a pizza shop that I frequently visited during my late-night cramming sessions, when I needed food and energy drinks to stay awake, I saw that they were hiring. One thing led to another, and there I was behind the counter with a red apron on, surrounded by the smell of delicious pizza 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I know what you're thinking. It seems like a great summer job. Well, bear with me here. Each day was the same. Regulars would come in, order their usual, and after some chit-chat while the pizza was heating up, they'd be on their way. Occasionally, new customers would enter, and believe it or not, that was the hardest part of the job. As a shy person, I managed to get used to the regulars, but new faces always made me clam up. All was well at the pizza place, until one horrific evening. I'll never forget that day. It was July 17th. It was pouring outside, and there were no clients except for one elderly man sitting at a table, quietly enjoying his pizza. Besides him, my manager, Teddy, was in the back, doing what managers do best, watching TV, of course. It was almost closing time, around 20 minutes to go. I walked out from behind the counter and started wiping the empty tables. Just as I was sweeping up the crumbs and pepperoni slices, the bell above the door rang. I couldn't believe it. Who'd come by this late, especially in this weather? But then I remembered I was once their most loyal late-night customer during finals. When I looked up, it was a man, quite tall, dressed all in black, his soaked jacket collar pulled high, and a wide-brimmed cowboy-style hat covering his eyes. The only thing visible was his big nose. "I'll be right with you, sir," I said. He sat down at a table. Normally, customers order at the counter, but since it was empty, I decided to take his order at the table. Seeing that he was dripping wet, I smiled politely and said, "Sir, you can hang your hat and coat on the rack behind you," without acknowledging me. He placed his hand on the table. That's when I saw it, a crudely inked snake tattoo, like it was done in prison. A chill went down my spine. After a few seconds of silence, I asked, "What would you like to eat?" "Surprise me," he said in a low, raspy voice. Something about him felt wrong. I quickly turned around, grabbed a slice of pepperoni pizza, heated it, and brought it over. But as I placed the plate down, that same tattooed hand grabbed mine. "What's your name, little girl?" he asked, raising his head. When our eyes met, pure terror rushed through me. I tried to pull away, yelling, "Let go!" But he didn't move, he just smiled, revealing the most decayed teeth I'd ever seen. "The lady told you to let her go," the elderly man shouted, standing up. At the same time, Teddy came out from the back. "You need to let her go and leave," Teddy ordered. The man finally released me after a few seconds. As he turned to leave, he said, "See you later, Amy." My heart stopped. How did he know my name? Teddy calmed me down, explaining I had a name tag on. I felt foolish, but that man's presence still left me uneasy. Teddy offered to drive me home, just in case. I got home, grabbed ice cream, and started watching Netflix. Everything seemed fine until the power went out. It's raining. No one's coming to fix it. I sighed. I went to check the fuse box, forgetting my phone at work. The house was pitch black. That's when I heard it. The floor creaking. Someone else was in the house. "Amy, come out, little girl. Why didn't you let me eat my pizza?" My blood froze. It was him. I hid in the corner, holding my breath. His footsteps grew closer, and in the faint lightning flash, I saw a glint of metal, a knife. He lunged. I kicked his leg, but he didn't even flinch. He grabbed my hair, lifted me, and whispered, "You're a bad girl, Amy." Then he threw me to the floor. "We'll play a game. You run. If I catch you, I kill you." I ran upstairs, grabbed a lamp, and smashed it against his head. It shattered, but he didn't stop. I locked myself in a room, screaming for help. He kicked the door down like it was paper, grabbed my neck, and pressed a knife to my skin. Suddenly, I heard a voice downstairs. "Amy, it's Teddy. You forgot your phone." The man froze. Teddy called again, saying he noticed the power was out. The intruder whispered, "Tell him to leave." "I'm fine. You can go, Teddy." I shouted shakily. Teddy set the phone down, but didn't leave. He sensed something was wrong. As the man dragged me downstairs, Teddy burst to the door, baseball bat in hand, and struck the intruder on the head. The man collapsed. Teddy called the police. Later, they found multiple bodies in that man's home. The officer told me I was lucky Teddy didn't drive away. Otherwise, I'd be one of them.